Okay, guys, so I have a little tip here. I've seen a lot of posts in some Facebook groups about why their needle or their Cricut will not cut sometimes, or it bogs, bogs up and it tears the paper as it's cutting. Um, the one of the biggest reasons for that, and I've researched some of this online, is down inside this little chamber particles of the cut paper you've cut so much projects will get down inside of there and keep this from freely turning, because this thing should freely turn inside of your Cricut machine. So what you have to do is take your housing blade housing out, push down on that should expose your blade. Be very careful, but pull up it out of there. Be careful not to cut yourself, and blow inside of that. Or the best thing to do is have a can of compressed air, which I'm out right now, and just blow down inside of there and get all that out of there. Keep that good and clean. I also like to take alcohol swabs, and you can get these at your local drugstore or Walmart or wherever. And I also like to clean off the blade itself a little bit, because these blades do accumulate adhesive from the mat, because it does kind of slightly cut into the mat as it's cutting your material. So it's good to always do that. I just do it maybe, I don't know, probably after every 25 or 50 even projects. You don't do that often. But if you just start noticing that it's not cutting quite good or right, that's about the biggest time I'll try to do this. But I just try to clean it all off, the whole thing, and make sure it's good and dry before you insert it back in. Just want to show you here, this is how the new ones come. This little red tab. Make sure you remove that. And you also, sometimes I will take a piece of white paper like this and try to compare and make sure the points are still as good as the new one, because they do wear out eventually, but the blade should last you a good while. I mean, it also does depend on what material you're cutting and how much of that. But if the majority of your cuts is cardstock or stuff like that, a blade should last you a very long time. I just recently changed this blade, and that was the first time I had to change my blade since I've had my machine, and I've had it now for 7 months. So, and after it's good and dry, just insert it back down there, and you'll hear the magnet pick it up and it'll click into place, and you just reinsert it into your housing. So I just want to get a little tip. Like I said, I've seen where people have been like, I don't understand why it's not cutting, or whatever, and that it just happens. That paper sometimes gets up inside of that housing, blade housing, and it obstructs it from turning. So that's what not always, but that's usually the primary reason why paper gets ripped. Now, another common thing that happens too is the type of paper. The Cricut machines are not necessarily picky, but there are some types of paper that it just doesn't like to cut. And usually the cheaper the paper is, the more problems you're going to have of it ripping it. So I recommend, of course, Cricut paper, and I only ever buy it when it's on sale. I don't ever pay the regular full price for it. And when they do have sales, they do probably every few months or so, I just stock up. Another paper that I have had good success with, besides Cricut, me personally, is the bulk paper packs. Like, it's like that, it has like 200 pages, piece of paper in it. Cardstock from Joann's. And I can't remember the name of it, actually. Not awful of me. And I don't have a package of it to show you guys. If I find it, I'll put a link to that one in my descriptions. But I've had good success with it. But I highly do recommend Cricut paper. It works the best. It has the least problems of any paper I've used. So just want to get a friendly little tip there about the blades and the housings, because like I said, if they get clogged up, it will tear your paper. I don't care how expensive paper you get, if it's not freely twisting inside of there like it should be, it's just not going to work. So just remember that. And I always try to keep 2 to 3 blades on hand, just in case one ever gets broken or it does finally dull out on you. You'll have one to try. So thank you guys again for watching. If you haven't done it already, please remember to hit the big red subscribe button. Next to that is a little bell. If you click on that, that gives you notifications for every video I post, so you won't miss one. Also, I encourage you once again to check out my description. I have a lot of fun links in there and some fun links to people I like to support. And once again, you guys, thanks you guys for watching. Have a good day. Bye.